Today we're going to be ranking Rockstar logo intros from worst to best. These are only going to be the games I've actually played because it's just easier and I resonate with them a lot more. The worst Rockstar intro has to be GTA 3. Not because it's necessarily bad, but it's kind of disturbing in a way. GTA 3's intro is like a computer, laserdisc, Call of Duty, heartbeat sensor intro. This is the shit Claude is thinking in his evil ass head. And then it has this really weird alien transition to Rockstar North. It's pretty smooth in a cool way, but in a way it's still kind of disturbing. And I recommend playing GTA 3 in the daytime if you're going to go through this. And it's quite a bit more scary if the audio is really loud, which it has this ambient noises that you would probably hear in a Black Mirror episode or some scary horror movie. And so that is why I think it's probably the worst. Now, even though it's at the bottom of the list, it gives me joy that we're going to talk about GTA 4's Rockstar logo intro. If we're talking about just the logo startup by itself, it's definitely the least diverse and most simple. But if we're counting the loading screens, this would definitely be the best. I've only just recently played GTA 4, but I swear when I was a baby in like 2008 when my dad was a house husband who would take care of me and my siblings while playing video games. My dad was screaming at people on Gears of War while taking care of 3 children, while my mum was working an office job. I remember my dad at some point was playing GTA 4 while I watched, and the load screen is impregnated in my brain, with Nico just sitting behind that box with his Glock and the theme of the game playing. I would rather load up GTA 4 than get my penile device spoinked. The music and load screens are amazing, and I think they're way better than GTA 5's loading screens. Either way, I think the Rockstar logo intro does its job. It doesn't need to be dynamic and over the top, because all it needs to do is show us that goddamn loading screen. God damn it. Not a lot of people have talked about this game, and I think they should. LA Noire is the most underrated game under Rockstar's name.
You fuck young boys, Valdez. Are you a madman?
Okay, after watching that, you might have expected this one to be a bit higher, because that movie projection thing is pretty cool, especially since the world and setting of the 1940s in LA is really awesome to indulge in. But, when I see that Team Bondi intro, I get a bunch of PTSD. The whole story of this company is a complete rabbit hole. Basically, the founder, Brandon McNamara, was just a huge prick and would basically bully his employees when they were already under bad working conditions, such as working overtime, and I mean overtime as in getting barely enough sleep to function throughout the day. You should watch Matt McMuscle's LA Noire What Happened video. I feel bad because some Australians had the unfortune of working under this bold maniac. There's a reason why it took LA Noire 7 years to finish development, even though back then dev times were way shorter. GTA Vice City is my favorite out of the 3D universe, and one of those reasons is because of the setting. Vice City has this ocean theme with the wave sounds, and then proceeds to use ambient noises that I would hear when I get lost in a maze, which is pretty smooth. And dude, the intro is in 3D, and then out of surprise it transitions into the Commodore 64 startup for Rockstar North. But did you hear that song in the background? Fun fact, that Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles, a pretty big disco song at the time. Now I can't play it because of copyright, but you can hear the muffled version at least. I think this tribute to the Commodore 64 is really cool, and it's a reason why it's at this spot. Now we have Max Payne 3, probably one of my favorite third-person shooters of all time. Max Payne 3's logo intro is really simple. It tells you the gameplay of the game: shoot a gun, take pills, long unstoppable cutscenes with a blurred double image effect because of Max's alcohol problems that make you want to throw up. It's really clever, and they do it in a really short amount of time. I like it, but I think there are cooler ones, but it's pretty great. You get a taste of the game before even playing it. The good, the not bad, the ugly, Red Dead Redemption 1. I think this is a lot cooler than just showing logos fading in and out, which is basically the norm, because what else would you do? Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 1's intro is pretty creative, and I like it especially since it's a good way to show different subsidiaries of your company and doing it really quickly. Sometimes movies and game logo intros can be annoying, and I'm glad they found a really cool way to do it in 7 seconds, just like Max Payne Freeze. GTA 5 is the first console GTA I played, because I played Vice City and Free on my iPad when I was young. Which the same year as GTA 5 released, a new classification for games was introduced called R18 in Australia, which I don't know what that could possibly mean, you know, it could mean anything. And so I thought if you played those games as a young kid, the police would like break down your door and you would go to prison. So that's why it's probably one of my favorites. But you also can't forget back in 2013 waiting to load for 5 minutes on your console that got released in 2005. Oh yeah, and switching to your online character just to wait another 5 minutes, that was pretty sick. One thing I forgot to say is the game's called Grand Theft Auto. The person does Grand Theft Auto in the Rockstar logo intro. That's pretty fucking sick. The best has to be Red Dead Redemption 2. Whenever I load this shit up, I feel like I got shot. I generally feel like my whole torso just exploded, and the sound effects are just so nice. I can envision myself in the gore system. I don't know what the fuck that meant. I can just envision the gore system in Red Dead Redemption 2. And to be completely honest, the double barrel on sword off is probably the best feeling weapon too. But probably not the most practical. The additional sounds in the opening that aren't in the game makes it feel special. And I think it's the best because it feels the most impactful and most memorable for me. I can't fucking speak, dude. It's too hard. So yeah, that's it for another food review, Fortnite Season 2 preview. And like a TikToker ranking the Far Cry and Gears of War series, tell me if you think this list is right or wrong. It's been Trojan. See you in hell. By the way, I'm not satanic. I just thought it was a neat idea to do that. I thought it'd be funny.